major national topical issue. And it is because really, with I should say this with all the honesty I can marshal, we do this work with all the sincerity that we can marshal at our disposal, and we deal with these matters without fear or favor, and the chiefs should fall where they may, and that's exactly what I did. Matter to do with Akonta, with the greatest of respect, I brought it up to the national discussion. In all modesty, Akonta, it was because of the statement I made and the statement I put out there, which is why it became such a major national topical issue. And it is because really, with I should say this with all the honesty I can marshal, we do this work with all the sincerity that we can marshal at our disposal, and we deal with these matters without fear or favor, and the chiefs should fall where they may, and that's exactly what I did.
Yeah, cry, yan MPP for the cry, yeah, call it Mahama. Obia Odiska wo MPP and Odiska contractor one yano. So Mahama and Chenua, ya cry, Yan Mahama Ubika. One chisani panwa, until all Chiaconforno end, ye are conform every Ghana. We are conform our MPP, you were free.
All right, NPP for Ankasa are the same people Amaya Chicha my Wontumi. Kuti Regina Pa. No ye NPP minister or see Akonta mine 17 or no ene de bae. Until this is the debate with Munufi and ye be this added Hong Kong. Now according to Attorney General no, ye call Akonta mining sites. Ye ko hu sika twitwiri die ene etuo o Akonta mining site. Until as to say Chama Wontumi SIA armed robber and as a day we are going to address that today. And at the end of the debate, the message who say Chama Wontumi anhwe ni yie na say court fine and say charges na double no for between 15 and 20 something years there Chama Wontumi ebetumi akọ. That is what we are going to discuss today. Medi any William Monofi amankona. This is the debate with Monofi. About you no mo say no na Chama Wontumi de call court. Per the video me show chire Chama Wontumi ne lawyers ekopie mu e wo court. Chama Wontumi we first part we na say be money bail and a second one, so it's more Chama Wontumi. Until no Chama Wontumi da police cells because when Timmy anya bail. And the Chama Wontumi the cow. Na Chama Wontumi semene koba no. Ensem bebre ena kwaba. Na nipa dodo na adwene se ebio NDC for na ye witch hunting. Amaya kwa kwachi Chama Wontumi. Dabi. But your time Attorney General the Chama Wontumi issue never out no. Attorney General can say investigation and started 2022. Oh, here's a video now. Attorney General can say 2002, but I think it's a mistake, or rather 2022. But you see, Attorney General,
I'm happy to announce that in 2002, the police conducted very diligent investigations in respect of Akonta mining, but the docket was hidden until we came to power. In fact, when we came to power and I started the investigation with the Minerals and the Lands and Natural Resources Minister and the Forestry Commission, we were finding it difficult to get information.
And Attorney General said 2022, he said 2002, but rather 2022. And under NPP abaya kasa, omoye investigation on Akonta mining. Enti mesra so we NPP ni na say oh follow Chama Wontumi nsem na enka say NDC for na ye we chanting dabi eye mo ankasa mo party for no and ye investigating on Chama Wontumi e de beto ho nti sa document ko na AG ka no e bi na da board yi so o hwa ye na 3rd of October 2022 mesra den time no na enye NDC and wa ban so o hwa ne ma na da ho ni ya say alleged operations of Akonta Mining Limited in the Tano Minirim Forest Reserves. Eno da hono. Enti mame fa nkwa sekana hwade. It will be recalled that the ministry's press statement on 30th September 2022 stated that while Akonta Mining Limited has a mining lease to undertake minerals operation in some parts of Samraboy outside the forest reserves, the company has no mineral right to undertake any mining operations in the Tano Birim Reserve. Highlighting no. And the Chama Wontumi na adwene say no documents as or the mining but ministry na under nanado dem kokufa to see there be Chama Wontumi krata na wo so wa wo do bo ho samra hen say wo bibia no wonni san krata ne bi enti se uti chama wuntumi ha ya amemfa nko ansebia na chama wuntumi ka say owo mining lease as or the mining but chama wuntumi forgot to say krata na edema no na limited to a particular place but ontimi nko ba bia enkonko ye mining chama wuntumi forgot all those kind of things okay ya chama wuntumi made mention of sansem no but uti chama wuntumi ankasa.
Now, even illegal, legal, what is the difference? The difference is a document.
Yeah.
The difference is a document. So, as a veteran miner, so I don't know how to get document done. Minim kwaya first the year and krata.
Wahu. So chama wuntumi think say the mere fact say the papers asha wonsam ko ano. E kire say utimi ko ba bia ekoye mining wo ho. That is what he thought. See the krata ashe ne nsem enti Ghana hore de utimi appear anywhere ekoye mining but ministry na under ono ankasa chama wuntumi na ban si dabi chama wuntumi all those say ye de nkrata ashe wonsem ba nkrata na de ma no you are limited to a particular place enti anytime be about crosses that place in bia no you cannot mine there chama wuntumi forgot all these kind of things my men sign kind document ni biem or say it will be recalled that the ministry's press statement of 30th September 2022 stated that while Akonta Mining Limited has a mining lease to undertake mining operations in some parts of the Samra Boy outside the forest reserves, the company has no mineral right to undertake any mining operations in the Tano Mirim forest reserves. Now, it's a document in the ma chama wuntumi so nkwe mining no. Yan kanchen so onkonko wura forest no. Pacho yanko bisa lawyer is ankoma okasama NPP pa minister lawyer we wa onu bia onu say okasama NPP say yeah the license ma or documenta does it mean say you can mine anywhere in the answer on the mai.
We'll talk about Akonta, where a company that is supposed to be doing reconnaissance or whatever you call it, prospecting, was alleged to have been involved in mining.
But we don't have to wait. You can't mine with a reconnaissance license or prospecting license. It's a crime. In Ghana, you can only start mining if you have the mining lease or a small-scale mining license. So the fact that you've been given a prospecting license does not mean you can mine. No, in fact, as for a reconnaissance license, you are not even allowed to go onto the land. You're supposed to do reconnaissance work. They fly planes and everything. When you are proven that there's something to be shown for it, then you move to the next stage of license, prospecting. That you only go and dig to test. What they call it geophysics, geochemistry. They do the virtual imaging and you test to see whether there's commercial find. When you have justified your prospecting license, then the Minerals Commission will give you the mining lease. This is when you can now go and start hacking the ground for gold. So if a company, by whatever name, only has a prospecting license, it is a crime for that company to be mining gold.
So what I say? But Chama wuntumi understanding about the point and they say yeah, the license to show musamu kwa there. Who first pickers now number be now mine ko. But one was a dear chama wuntumi ye no. All those ene age say yasia kwato say chama wuntumi over 157,000 Ghana cedis. Ene a tuo egu chama wuntumi ho no. Na say ama chama wuntumi nsem no abe bebre. E pa chama men kan nsem a age to. O see 8 pump action guns. 8 pump action guns, 1 single barreled gun, 5 pieces of metal suspected to be gold concealed in a sachet, 4 machetes, several water pumping machines, 310 AAB cartridges, which is in 2 mobile, 1 grease gun, 4 motorcycles, 2 vehicles, cash amount to 157,000 cedis only. Serviceable excavators and 4 non-serviceable excavators. And the chairman won't be a corner on me. Say chairman won't be so armed robots already. Nobody even knows. Me say chairman won't to me a armed robots already. Obi enim in 2 pa who chairman won't to me mining site no. And AG. About the chairman won't to me there. Minim how baba. Now when him idea match want to mean power to do this kind of things. A president and now Danko Akufo-Addo. It seems in a way no, now president is supporting the chairman to me no. So mo kai say chairman to me abra investigations in ba out the then center minister Gina Poka chairman to me was engaged in illegal mining no. President and now Danko Akufo-Addo Gina simply said that be chairman to me enye illegal mining.
Briefly to the chairperson on the issue of illegal mining. I want to assure him and all of you that Akonta mining is not engaged in any illegal mining anywhere in Ghana as we speak.
What? And all those sector minister they can say Akonta mining illegal mining no. Former president Nana Danko Akufo-Addo came to or jumped to the defense of Chairman Wontumi. I can't the Ghana for say there be Chairman Wontumi enye illegal mining. Nana do can't ask me no. And a media no a call the sector minister no at the same time Nana do can't ask him not the sector minister Gina po hobby. And on bisa say minister. E one other report to be about say Akonta mining illegal mining. Now president Nana Danko Akufo-Addo also say Akonta mining enye illegal mining. Why? Minister now found it very difficult to justify someone another kind because the boss in the but now he was forced to say something. Someone so kind as to say it makes sense in your brain and now it doesn't make sense, you know. But this is the debate with the Monufi.
The president was responding to a request by the chairman of this Catholic Diocesan Priest Association Biennial Conference, Mr. Ken Ashigbe. Mr. Ashigbe, in his remarks, had appealed to the president, called on the president to speak to the issue of Akonta mining. And so the president sought to respond and assure the conference, and for that matter, the country. So the president's comments were actually an assurance to the conference and the country. And what was that assurance? The president said, as he spoke, and by that, as at yesterday, Akonta mining was not engaged in any illegal mining activities in any forest reserve. And indeed, the president went further to assure the country that under his instructions, the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources and the Forestry Commission is actually cordoned off the 294 forest reserves in our country. He said that as well. You know, I mean, for some reason that is be taken out of the discourse. But the president gave a further assurance that not only is Akonta mining not engaged in illegal mining activity in any forest reserve, as he spoke yesterday, but additionally, he had put in place measures, his government had put in place measures to protect the 294 forest reserves of our country from attacks from illegal miners and illegal mining activities. So the president was not speaking about the wrongdoing or otherwise of Akonta mining in the past, the criminality or otherwise of Akonta mining in the past. He was not commenting on what happened in the past. He was giving an assurance of the state of affairs as at the time he was addressing the conference. And that is a statement of fact. And for me, I think that the president should be commended, the government should be commended that we've gotten to a situation where we can confidently say that we are protecting the forest reserves of our country.
Anyway, Minister now on Oden Seven Bayano, as someone also kind of know, when he jumped into the defense of Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, that was a politics and many pan kind of correct. One other report about Akonta mining, illegal mining, into yam punishing. One person, when president say Akonta mining, illegal mining, Nipa Corona say Jinaho, Eka say. That is not what President Akufo-Addo said, but rather than what the president said meant as at the time the president was speaking. If I just say, "Ne ujina haya to say me ye program yai," but when the bit makuru Akonta mining, DB ho. Minerals Commission together with the ministry and modest document we buy Akonta mining, illegal mining. Now when you must say mesere, yes I bo pia you would Jenapo be beside say Mr. Jenapo. Akonta mining sense illegal mining no saying a wuhuno na Ghana kwara why na started something way tie nsem obeka tie one person no defending another no about you tie nsem oka ha.
You issued a statement recently when the Akonta mining thing came, very, very strong statement listing a host of things that you're instructing, if I'm not mistaken, the Forest Commission to act. Was it Forest Commission or the Minerals Commission, one of them, to take? What's an update on that?
Well, first of all, as you know, the forest estate of our country by law are governed or are regulated by the Forestry Commission, the body, the legal constitutional body that has the mandate for the management, exploitation, and preservation of the forest estate of Ghana is the Forestry Commission. And therefore, when a matter affects the forest reserves of our country, the body that acts on it has always been, is, and will always be, unless we change the law, the Forestry Commission. And so, as Minister, I got the Forestry Commission to conduct investigations into this matter. They presented their report to me. I know that there's a petition before the Criminal Investigations Department, and therefore,
by the civil society.
Yeah. So I forwarded the report of the Forestry Commission to the Interior Minister for onward submission to the Ghana Police Service. The police themselves have written to me for some, information of a sort, and I provided them with that information. I keep making the point. The matter to do with Akonta, with the greatest of respect, I brought it up to the national discussion. In all modesty, Akonta mining, it was because of the statement I made and the statement I put out there, which is why it became such a major national topical issue. And it is because, really, with, I should say this with all the honesty I can marshal, we do this work with all the sincerity that we can marshal at our disposal, and we deal with these matters without fear or favor, and the chips should fall where they may, and that's exactly what I did.
Sabe pepe, inti sa oye NPP ni, na se ne de Akonta mine ne chama Wontumi kwa kugina kota, NPP fo nankasa se o mena ye. Abugina pose ono, ene start Akonta mine ho nsem inti se ne de Akonta mine kugina kota, ese wo huni pa, wa me ya chicha me Wontumi. Mam be kasa ye political witch hunting there be. Gina pose ye ono, ene ye nti ne otu ne chama Wontumi gina kota, huni pa o de chama Wontumi ko e. Mo kai se ne se deputy attorney general be ka se so motom office abe na NPP ni bi kita file na se no motom na waba na ono ankasa abe wo ne yonko NPP ni pian tabu gina pose chama Wontumi nsema ye ko banyina e ono ene de bae e ono so na shase and the same person no so na sanka kire Ghana for say na do meant set as at the time o kasa no na ye hwe Akonta mane enti ye gina pomo ne koya ma OSP na etwe Akonta mane nipa ebere nim se OSP aye investigation on Akonta mine dada but oko OSP website a sa nima we nyina ho illegal mining oba ase ha amemfa nko ba we start the third paragraph no say the investigation further targets the activities of Akonta Mining Limited and other companies nationals of foreign countries allegedly involved in illegal mining and allegations of corruption and corruption related offenses against some municipal and district chief executives and political party officials. Irekisi jaben edisan that is what is written there. Inti OSP mu nyina investigations on Akonta mine or ye abera na dem kwakufu ado ene wo power. E pa cheso hu date na wase no October 10th 2022 na enye John Dramani Mahama ene wo etie konwa so. To NPP ni a you very careful because seven no kan unim say wow party for no ene ko pempe Akonta mine NPP for. This is how amamu eye inti nka oba na opeki we document na da kwakoma we inti ewreje na pose onu no onim Akonta mine nsema na Akonta mine ye na emwa. That is why they even reported the matter to OSP ni CID na say fonti no ma boss adwuma nyina go dada. But it was surprising that when John Dramani Mahama back konwa so pe and a police for say fa docket na edc tiene wo koto se chama Wontumi enam quarter. Don't go and target his excellency John Dramani Mahama dabi. Eye mwankasa NPP for na ankasa ena mo de asem no enam ena ma ene yaso chama Wontumi mu ayede ne nam. But this is the debate with the Munufi. What question be able to me bisa me? What I say. So I'm not surprised say Attorney General say chama Wontumi nsem we no obone pa. So body faster because in terms of the party for any aba.
We have also put in place certain measures to ensure that the prosecution goes faster than normal.
So what I say. And this now that when say within 1 week, chama Wontumi enama. But you enkwaka. Say John Dramani Mahama ena anyway. There be a on one party for and a pempeno. But me ade ha me say yakwa ko hunu tuo pump action gun. Ka pump action gun na AK-47 asem ne kan no. Any two ahodo pa yakoto chama Wontumi and I make say minim se chama Wontumi say arm robbery kan hokwa yinim and also supply arm robbery to kwa minim and we nyine de bo chama Wontumi a illegal mining on kwano winim ne de beba eno ni na ado na nkwa kufado ne san ye New Minerals Act na chama won't be to 15 to 25 years tine wonam ho a obompa na obobi ama chama won't me na wo di mistake 15 to 25 good years ena chama won't me ebetimi akọ na ado ono ankasa na ban mu na change the New Minerals Act na e de be share ho Inti say ye chiw so we illegal mining e fe ne galamsey ene anase mining without license na da bocha ma wuntumi na menka se chama wuntumi cause I mesi obetumi akọ because just a court na fine na ansa na watumi akọ nti chama wuntumi se court no kase nsema ye da ba nyina no udi fo a between 15 and 25 years bi ade chama wuntumi ne na agrada ebesi awo very very simple thing no but on the court nsem no ye kan we kasa agoro bi ne yedi yeah, because I go need it. By the time I'm now them 15 to 25 years. And yeah, easy how teacher I want to be or Debian or down that. Oh, I just say, oh, charm had down Debian, Debbie, catches a charm had done or 9 and near our feeling is it and not touch it was a hey, did never penny a yammy. If we don't be me too. I bet I want to use all of my achacano. Now my can face and I can, I just say, hey, and idea. Me time for partner so anyway. He said me to you man yankopon.
Mrebina John Wesley come sorry and there's great bro no so we hono nyame honhom no fo na obey yourself kafo mo sorry John Wesley ma mo sorry ni enso nyame wa fo ma mo sorry nyenya mi aye na ye be yourself kafo that's our voice to say
say na ye che utamfo a utimi to nyom e mo nyankopon Kena boy nyame nyom wa bo aso nyom say eh de mi ame chama also ono be chimi atumi na ya che chama yi e na enye easy e de we say for chama untumi nsem na de e doso ba ya ra hosem chama untumi ne illegal mining o ka hwe ara papa nti ase se gold medals e de aguni kom e na ode nam nti ne gina po say e yo no e na emi aso chama untumi mu no.
The matter to do with Akonta mining, with the greatest of respect, I brought it up to the national discussion. In all modesty, Akonta mining, it was because of the statement I made and the statement I put out there, which is why it became such a major national topical issue. And it is because, really, with I should say this with all the honesty I can marshal. We do this work with all the sincerity that we can marshal at our disposal, and we deal with these matters without fear or favor, and the chips should fall where they may, and that's exactly what I did.
And the NPP minister Bujina Pose, eyo no, the Akonta mining who say me na buy, amaya chicha ma Wontumi ende. Or say eyo mine ho do inti no ye. It is a mine ho do inti no ye ya eba ne saying and another dan kwa kufuado. Igina simply so catch the Ghana for say Akonta mining and illegal mining.
Briefly to the chairperson on the issue of illegal mining. I want to assure him and all of you that Akonta mining is not engaged in any illegal mining anywhere in Ghana as we speak.
Into why a man and other don't go for this particular message or catch the Ghana for. But you ask them in the comment section, wait me the white green chiraba. And you may ever since here. So this is a very quick way of any a warm up and a by way a warm up on Akonta mining. And you made the end of the baby game, the per shock absorbers. Because you remember the facts and data pa and bemount. But Bob stay be a bill who cry a bay on mama. To Mr. Per shock absorbers. Because I was say this data I man said I'm kind in Yama we know my main fabaku bimra. Hade man kind adwumere be kan ni nyina e be kan ni nyina na ma kire wo se omo wudi NDC for times NDC for na start adwom Akonta mining no da bi 2022 October na enya NDC ne table no on the document no me pa cho hwa ewa pa ye be kan na de yakom e be bobo ne ma bebre so a kire ne ma Akonta mining eye ne na se for ne eye ne enyi nyina memo wa hu Ghana no say ya nya adwuma say ya nipa dodo na Ghana they wouldn't know say a lot of things e cause Ghana nti mesraw wa mompa ma Akonta mining na esu ni mu say krr sa asem ye kwa between 15 and 25 years one na agrada kwa na agrada dey say 15 Okay. It is Akonta mine the chama Wontumi kwa. Na so call 20 years kwa na say I can't have a bejano. And I'm a boy. In the comments section for again chelebra. Me dini William Munufi amankona. And then we wish you are in Yami Admo Jumere. And then Jumere Ghana time 8 p.m. I think so 8 p.m. I'll be live. Na yamgro enkoho. Well, to hear me by now be Amadase Anthony Robin, British Amponsa, Pusku Yaboko, the Kenneth David, no pap, and that's in there. I decided to give a very quick warm up. Mini and Aquarians will say be Aboko there. All right. Team the money say my sorry. Well, I want to mode me. I'm now there, cheme. So this is a very quick warm up on Akonta and nature my Wontumi. Any years Akonta and bit me a call. Now, dear name and Waka can any 2 I see who chama Wontumi hono. Any secret quickly dear a chama Wontumi over 157,000 choppable Ghana cedis. Any a coffee over 157. Any 8 pump action guns, 1 single barrel gun, 5 pieces of metal suspected to be gold. As a Akonta mine, they to me say, anyway, for again, Chilebra, Naminuna, and Fossil, me that obiase, Yankopon on the copy see beside a sheer enumerate, Pacho enumerate, Ibesia, Tipe shock absorbers. Bye bye.
What we am rade, it's a yama to me, or may move a dead. Ya brabo be fe, Nenupe, no my pabe, ye be a pro yama ya quabe. Papa was he counsel, he made him, or Jessica now a brayer ponyono. A memo bonny as he conto bohini, you move it and boy, a safe cocoa. One I will back a seminary, I shall want from Mumma. Tim move for na ye pray, dollar bacco. Sidi Timinto, drove wire day, Dragon Timinto, 24 crosses, so I won't Timinto, Kakaya Bedi and so boys was a Timinto. Can you send Vina Manmo? Quasi, Ayara, Hunyum, Vina, Hashe, Makume, Mama, yeah. And your dog Hunyum Namitro, Quasi, Ayara, Hunyum, Vina, Hashe, Makume, Mama. Da. Yeah, cut out to share any project. Rebel so ye betu serve by red. Moody again, or Jevisia. Namoni Mabusia for a budget. Yeah, quite on ya was a can, my canea wasn't quite a new senior there. And you will refuse to put down no boo. Yeah. You belly fool where they kill you. So corruption.